Well, guys, it's not shaping up weather-wise here just yet, but tomorrow is supposed to be in the low 40s. So I went and grabbed the Boxster because it needs some things before this season. The right front shock is completely destroyed. I actually bought a pair of new stagg shocks because it was, I guess these are struts, not shocks. Because it was more cost effective than just buying one. The left side cooling fan is also destroyed. So I have that, and in that baggie right there from Rock Auto, fabulous folks, is the old main engine harness from the 2000 Porsche engine. I need a section of that wire loom to attach, oh, let me get out of my pocket. Oh. Very interesting television, there we go. This coolant temp sender, the 4-pin, it's got a 2-pin in it now, which is for the later, more sophisticated engine computer that can just get all the information from one sensor. Sorry for the cut there. You figure if I buy a nice new fancy $1,200 phone, it wouldn't cut out and lock up, but thank you, iPhone 10. Anyway, it needs this, but in order to use it, it needs a couple more wires and pins. But kind of the first step for me is gonna be after it drips down a little bit more, I'm gonna pull the front bumper off, which I think I have to do. I might be able to do it with the fender liner out, but the fan is back there. So the bare minimum to get the fan replaced, which I think does unfortunately involve bumper removal. And then again, the right front shock is bad. Really, it doesn't need too much else beyond that. I did quite a bit to the car last year. It drove just fine coming down here, but the cheapest Boxster S 6-speed in the country, shockingly, needs a tiny bit of love. And since I'm off topic already, I guess I'll show you guys around another place you'll probably see more of in the future. Hi, Mr. Wags. This is actually a unit at the Motorplex in Chanhassen, Minnesota. And my family just bought this from a good friend because we were looking for some more space to store occasional use vehicles, I guess. But it came with a 4-post lift and it's heated and there's light in here. So that's why I've actually been down here the last week and a half working on stuff. The Unicorn needed a lot of work before the Polar Run. Now that's done. But yeah, this is a pretty cool spot, gotta say. And yeah, just so you guys know that the background may change once again. You'll still see the main shop and my garage most of the time, but if you see the paint brick, you know we're down here. All right, back to work. So I'm gonna pull the front bumper cover. It's just that little piece with the quarter turn standard screws. Now looks like we got 2 Phillips screws up top. Once that's done, we'll move to taking the wheels off, and then I'm sure there's a bunch of fasteners inside as well. Luckily, this 4-post lift has a bridge jack on it, so that shouldn't be a problem. If you have a 4-post and you don't have a bridge jack, you're doing it wrong, because at least you can actually do some moderate service work on a 4-post with a bridge jack. I would honestly consider this probably over a 2-post with the cable under variety. So right now, I'm just gonna rip the front wheels off and I'll take a look at the fasteners to get that front bumper off. Well, here we are. Looks like we have 3 predominant varieties. I got the 2-piece push clips, 10mm plastic nuts, and Phillips screws. So there's a whole slew of them all under the liner and under here. And there's still the 2 up top for me. Drop this thing down just a little bit. That one and one on the other side. So I'm gonna go through and rip all those out as quick as I can, and then I think that's pretty much it. So at that point, I'll try to pull the bumper off and hopefully it comes off. And if it doesn't, then uh-oh. Well, that looks pretty dumb. And wow, guys, looking at the back of this, are you kidding me? The radiator fan, like, holy crap. So looks like a few small torques to get this shroud off, and then, oh, maybe not, I don't know. I think that's got to come off first either way. There's a condenser on the front of this radiator. I'm not taking that off because the AC works. Oh, man. All right, well, I'm going to start pulling stuff apart and I'll let you know what happens. This sucks. Truly, truly sucks. Well, when they say to clean out your radiators once in a while, they aren't kidding. I'm going to drop the other side shroud. Well, maybe I can reach in there. Look at all that junk. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm gonna drop that shroud too. Holy cow. I mean, it's amazing it cooled as well as it did, given all that cloggage. But as far as getting this condenser off, looks like it's just a single tab and then 2 more torques. So I'm gonna pull that off and hopefully I can just move it out of the way and get better access to the radiator. What a ridiculous amount of crap to have to pull apart to get this fan. I think I'm down to just these 2 little tabs, and then hopefully I can slide this old fan out. It is really destroyed. That's definitely what was causing the magic smoke. I'm glad I unplugged that. We did an entire road rally in the summer with that thing seized and unplugged. All right then. Well, a new fan will be ready in just a moment. Success. Oh, I'm sure it's still fine. Thing is so done. This one, unknown miles, but at least it spins nice. So that will do. I'm gonna cut this parts tag off so I don't hear that. I'm gonna start throwing it back in. What does this say? Nope. 97 silver Boxster, 5-speed. Doesn't say anything about miles. All right. Oh man. All right. I gotta do it. And it looks like both of the front shocks are completely done for. So I will probably be replacing both of those tonight as well. Well, actually, this is a pretty cool design. The sway bar end link is actually the through bolt for the collar on the strut. And since this car is not from the north, things actually separated. Next up, just the 313s on the top under these little pull-off panels on each side. Should be able to swing her down and out. And then I'll get out the trusty spring compressor and we'll see what's what. Well, this is just awful. I gotta pull the caliper off and the little caliper hose retainer. The strain relief is pretty good on there, but I still wouldn't recommend hanging your calipers on the brake lines like I did. Here's the other side. So, got the old struts here. I'm gonna reuse everything except the strut itself. So, to take them apart, I'm actually gonna just grab my impact and kick them off away from me. Those are gonna kick pretty good, so if you're gonna do that, which don't do it, point it away from anything important. Do that with both of them here, and pop our new stagg shocks in place. Well, luckily, these are pretty well engineered, and I was actually able to push down just hard enough to get them threaded by hand, so I'm just gonna finish them off with the impact. However, if you do get slippage, I don't recommend it, but you can do what I do. All the way at the top of the chromoly shaft, you can grab it really tight and zip it on with the impact. You do not want to spin this shaft quickly, and you do not want to mar any of it down here, as it will chew up the seal. But way up here, the seal's never gonna get that high to scrape it, so I'm gonna give it some zip. Hopefully the shock is tight enough where it'll just tighten down. Well, I spent a lot more time down here than I thought I was going to, but I have a functional temp gauge on the dash and the ECU can see temp at the same time. I've completely cut apart this old harness in the pursuit of getting what I needed. Luckily that worked. I'm just buttoning up now and heading home. It is like a half hour to my bedtime. Anyway, I'm gonna take this thing to work tomorrow. Hopefully all goes well. I'm still gonna have to come back and probably make that wiring a little tidier. Right now it's not great. I have electrical tape and yellow butt connectors here, so not great with 20 gauge wire. Anyway, I'm excited to see how it handles with new shocks, or I keep calling them shocks, struts. And I gotta put the fuse back in for the fan now too, but should be good.